Good afternoon, CFM. It's Coach Matt with our Thursday workout. We're gonna start today with 3 runs through, 10 calories on your choice, row, bike, or ski. And then I want you to get 10 band hamstring curls. So this is really not meant to be super heavy, but just a nice wake up exercise for the hamstrings. I do like to do this on a bench, right? Where I've got a little bit of elevation, and that helps to get my legs straighter and you get a better range of motion out of your hamstrings, especially if you mount the band down low. So see how it's still pulling on my legs right here? Usually if my body's on the ground, I can't get to that full extension position, but now with my legs at the end of the bench, I can really extend my knee all the way. But that's our band hamstring curls. And you can make that as hard or easy as you want to. If I wanted to make it really hard, I just slide the bench out another 2 or 3 feet and it gets significantly more challenging. And then keep your bench band T-spine, or I'm sorry, bench T-spine opener with the PVC pipe. So I got my hands palm up, about shoulder width apart, and I'm going to grab the PVC pipe tightly. That's important that I grab it tightly. If I let my fingers fly away or I'm not grabbing it with my pinkies, it changes the angle of my upper arm and that changes the stretch in my thoracic spine, okay? So palms up, grabbing the PVC pipe nice and tight, elbows on the near edge of the bench, right? And then I'm just gonna put my head through my arms and then I'm flexing like I'm doing a bicep curl and then extending, flexing and extending. And you should feel that stretch going all the way down the outsides of your torso. And hopefully this is helping to improve your overhead mobility and the mobility of your thoracic spine. Last one is just some warm-up back squats. So now I've got my rack set up just below shoulder height, duck underneath, and this is our strength movement for the day, right? Back squat, sitting back and down with the bar on the top of the traps there, okay? All right, so when we do our lifts, the percentages are built into Sugar Rod, but this is our medium zone, so some 7s and some 5s, working up to 5 reps at 80%, and then a superset on rounds 1 through 3 only of a V sit-up. So starting from the ground, I would like to keep my heels off the ground the whole time and try to hinge at the waist when I do these, right? Instead of curling my spine like doing a crunch. I don't want to be like moving my shoulders relative to my hips. I want my shoulders to stay straight, right? So that my spine is not what's moving, but my lower abdominals and my hip flexors are what's moving, okay? Last, our conditioning for today. So we need 3 items: slam ball, kettlebell, and a jump rope. And we're doing a chipper. So that means that I have got to complete all of the reps on the first exercise before I start the reps on the second exercise, then all of the reps on the second exercise before I do the third exercise. So I can't break it up and come back to anything. If I get tired on doing double unders, I gotta just stop and rest, right? And then pick it back up. So there's a lot of local muscle fatigue that goes on in these types of workouts, and they work on muscle endurance, right? As well as just our overall conditioning. Chippers are the ones with the high reps like this that can tend to make you sore because you're repeating the same movement pattern over and over. So make sure that rep number 1 looks the same as rep number 50, looks the same as rep number 100, and we're not kind of degrading our position as we go through and get more and more fatigued, okay? So double unders is the first one, or 300 singles. So this is just my jump rope exercise. If you can double under, do double unders. Then 100 slam balls, right? So slam ball is a moderate weight, so make sure that your shoulders always stay above the hips. I never want to be relaxing or rounding my spine when I do this, right? I know when you're tired and your quads don't want to flex and your knees don't want to bend, you have to make yourself get your butt down and keep your chest up in that position. And then we're trying to reach arms straight overhead. So not elbows bent overhead, but reaching all the way to the full extent of that shoulder range of motion. Slam and catch on the bounce. 100 reps, okay? And then the last one is an American kettlebell swing with the heavy kettlebell, right? So that is from the hips all the way to the overhead position for 50 reps with the 70 or the 53, okay? And that is it for today. Hope you guys have a great one. See you Friday.